Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Drux Milan Unboxing. Please hit the subscribe button. You can also look me up on www.couchpotatofightguru.blogspot.com. That's my blog. Also, you can find me in Ring Magazine, The Bible of Boxing. Now, I wish I was in London on Saturday night because you British fans are in for a treat. You get to cheer on your local man, Cool Hand Luke Campbell, in his challenge. But you also get to see most people's #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world, Vasyl high-tech Lomachenko, who will be defending his WBA, WBO, as well as the Ring Magazine belt at lightweight. And it's also for a vacant WBC title, so that's for all the marbles at lightweight, bar the IBF champion Richard Comey, who will be fighting Teofimo Lopez at the end of the year, and probably he's going to be up against the winner next year. Now, Lomachenko, of course, amateur legend, 396-1. Just get your head around that. 396 wins against 1 loss, which he's avenged a couple of times as an amateur. Is incredible. 2 Olympic gold medals. He tried to set that record as a professional, winning a world title on only his second pro fight. He came up a whisker short against Orlando Salido. Lost a very close decision there, and he almost knocked Salido out in the last round. That is not to be. His next fight, he won his first pro title, beating a man who's today is still the current WBC featherweight champion, that is Gary Russell Jr. for vacant WBO featherweight strap. Made a few defenses, moved up, knocked out Rocky Martinez for a WBO super featherweight title, and then eventually last year he stepped up to lightweight, won the WBA belt and the ring title from Jorge Linares, and then added the WBO belt against Jose Pedraza. Now, as a lightweight, Lomachenko started to look human. You get the feeling he's reached the ceiling, doesn't overwhelm his opponents quite so easily. He's a brilliant boxer with a sort of a unique style. He's very shifty. He uses very awkward angles. He's a southpaw. He's got 10 knockouts in those 13 wins. So I think at lightweight he's still a respectable puncher. I don't think he's a one and done. He's finding it harder to stop guys, but he did stop Linares, and then Pedraza went the distance. He looked devastating in destroying Anthony Crolla at the beginning of his year. The ex-WBA champion knocked him out in 4 rounds. So he's maybe not a one and done shot puncher, but he can still knock you out. He can still stop you. Because people talk about being Lomachenko, being Lomad. He simply neutralizes everything that you do, and he keeps hitting you until the opponents either just quit in their corner, like Nicholas Walters. Nobody wanted to fight him. Lomachenko humiliated him. Or Rigondeaux, another former amateur star that nobody wanted to fight. Lomachenko just neutralized him completely. So that is Lomachenko. On the other corner, we've got Luke Campbell, Cool Hand Luke. He's also an outstanding amateur, won Olympic gold in 2012. As a pro, 20-2, he's had a good career, but if you look at the expectations that's set for Olympic gold medalist, so far maybe he's fell just a bit short. He lost a split decision back in, I think, 2012, not 2012, 2015 against Ivan Mendy. And then in 2017, in his lone loss, when he challenged WBA champion, then WBA champion Jorge Linares, he came short of a split decision. So he lost 2 thin decisions, and of course he came back with a couple of wins, easily avenged these first defeat against Ivan Mendy. Now he finds himself in against Lomachenko. Now both these guys are southpaws, but one thing that Luke Campbell has got going for him, he's the taller, rangier guy. He's got 5.5 inches in the reach advantage on Lomachenko. Now, so did Nicholas Walters, but Luke Campbell is a classical boxer. He's up on his toes. He moves a lot, like Lomachenko does, but he's much more conventional. So he's got that classic style. He fights behind these southpaw right jab and throws a nice southpaw left in, and he can really dig to the body as well, as can Lomachenko. So I do think that it's a very good matchup, actually. Can Campbell win? If he can pull it off, it'll be a big candidate for upset of the year. Although I doubt anybody's going to top Andy Ruiz knocking out Anthony Joshua, irrespective of what happens in the rematch. But I think the reach and the sharp boxing of Campbell could give Lomachenko some trouble. Now for Campbell, he's got to use that reach. He's got to keep Loma on the outside and in the middle range. You can look at the Vasyl fight and say that's the way to beat Lomachenko. Just put him under constant pressure, throw everything at him but the kitchen sink, and hope you have a very lenient referee, because let's face it, Vasyl used a lot of dirty roughouse tactics there, hit him low quite a couple of times. But that is not Luke Campbell's style. He cannot fight like Orlando Vasyl. And it's not the same Lomachenko anymore, which is a much more seasoned as a professional, at least Lomachenko. So he can't take a leaf out of Vasyl's page. So I think Luke Campbell's got a lot of nice feints and he sets up well. Sometimes he sets up with a sort of a tentative jab here from a southpaw stance. I think he must be careful of that. He needs to snap it more and maybe try and go to the body of Lomachenko. Now Lomachenko sometimes when he turns, he does this on his right hand side, he does this little dip. He goes like that. He does a little dip like that. So when he does that, I think Campbell must look out for it and try and loop his southpaw left around and see if he can catch Lomachenko. So I'd go for that, but he's going to have to fight his game now, which is keeping Lomachenko at the end of his punches. Now Lomachenko, he's looked human, as I've said, but so has Luke Campbell. He's been down against Argenis Mendes. He's been down against his only title shot against Linares. He's been down against Ivan Mendy. So I do think Lomachenko can hurt him. I'll be very impressed if Lomachenko can stop him. If I was Lomachenko, Lomachenko can dig to a body, and Luke Campbell sometimes lifts his elbows up like that when he knows he's out of range. So there's space here for Lomachenko to go underneath if he can close a gap from an awkward angle. And I wouldn't be surprised if Lomachenko scores a body shot, knockdown or something like that. In the end of the day, I just can't see anybody at lightweight beating Lomachenko. I think he'll have to step up to 140 pounds where he will be out of his depth, maybe size-wise, before he's going to lose. So I'm always going to go for Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko is going to win a decision in the O2 arena, but I think it will be a competitive decision. Campbell's good enough to do that. So I think Campbell is just a very good fighter who's been unfortunate that he ran into Jorge Linares and now Lomachenko. If he had a bit of an easier task in front of him for a world title, he'd possibly be a world champion now. I think he's better than Anthony Crolla, who managed to be a world champion in the end. But I think he just doesn't have enough to beat Lomachenko. So I'll be interested to see how Lomachenko handles him. So I'm going to go with Lomachenko by decision at the O2 arena. It's a good undercard as well. We'll see what Fury can do against Povetkin. Fury, I think he just doesn't have a punch, so I think Povetkin will he'll do enough to survive, but I think Povetkin is going to win it on the cards. That's it from me. Until we see each other again, keep those gloves.